The night swallowed me whole. Cold wind whipped across my face as I ran. Barefoot, lungs burning, heart pounding like a drum of war. Behind me, the mansion glowed like the devil's altar, and inside it, Adrian Kane, bleeding but alive. His laughter echoing in my skull like a curse. The city streets blurred. Every sound was a threat, every shadow his silhouette. My hands clutched the stolen cash I'd snatched from his drawer, my only ticket to freedom. I didn't dare look back. Looking back meant weakness. Looking back meant death. By dawn, I was crouched inside a dingy motel room that smelled of rust and cigarettes, my body trembling against the peeling wallpaper. I stared at the mirror. The woman staring back wasn't the Ava I knew. Her eyes were hollow, her lips swollen from kisses that felt like chains. I told myself he couldn't find me. Not here. Not this time. And then I saw it. On the cracked wooden nightstand. A single black rose in a glass of water. No note. No sound. Just the scent of Adrian everywhere. My breath hitched. My pulse crashed. And before I could scream, my phone buzzed with a message that froze my soul. Nice try, baby. But you know you belong to me. 3 days. That's how long I lasted before the walls began to close in. I hid in Maya's apartment. My best friend since college, the only person I trusted. She opened her door without questions, only wide eyes and trembling hands when she saw the bruises on my wrist. You need to call the police, Ava, she whispered, gripping my shoulders. Men like him don't just let go. I laughed, a brittle sound. Let go. Adrian didn't know how. He didn't love, he possessed. And you don't report the devil to the law when he owns the law. For 2 days, Maya and I pretended life was normal. Coffee in chipped mugs. Movies we didn't watch. Every knock at the door made my stomach twist into knots. And then, the flowers came. A velvet black bouquet, elegant and chilling, left on the doormat in a crystal vase worth more than the rent. No card. Just a note curled in gold ribbon. You look beautiful when you're scared. Maya snatched it, her voice shaking. Ava, this is insane, we have to leave now. But before I could answer, my phone buzzed. Picture filled the screen. Me standing at the window, staring out just an hour ago. The caption. Did you really think you could hide from me, baby? The phone slipped from my hand, clattering against the floor. And then, from the shadows beyond the curtains, I swore I saw it, the faintest glow of a cigarette burning. He was close. Too close. I didn't sleep that night. How could I? Every creak of the floorboards sounded like footsteps. Every passing car light slicing through the curtains felt like eyes watching me. Maya locked the doors, checked them twice. But locks don't matter when the man you're running from owns every key to your life. By morning, the game began. My phone buzzed again. Text. No words this time, just a video. Started black, then slowly focused. My body froze. It was Maya. Sitting on the couch across from me, scrolling her phone, completely unaware of the camera trained on her. The angle. From inside the apartment. I bolted upright, my pulse roaring. Maya! She looked up, confused, then saw the video on my screen. Color drained from her face. Oh my God, Ava, how did he? The doorbell rang. 3 slow, deliberate chimes. We didn't move. Not until the 4th ring shattered the silence like a gunshot. Maya crept to the peephole, then stumbled back, her face ashen. What? I whispered. There's no one there, she stammered. The bell rang again. This time my phone lit up. Photo. The same door we were staring at, taken from the outside. A single word beneath it. Open. I backed away, shaking. My mind screamed to run, but my body. God help me, my body ached with something darker than fear. Because as much as I hated him, as much as I wanted him dead, part of me still remembered his hands, his mouth, the way he said my name like a sin. And that terrified me more than any threat. Ran. God, I ran until my lungs were knives and my legs were lead. Straight into a cab. Straight to the cheapest hotel in the darkest part of the city. Maya begged to come, but I couldn't risk her life. Adrian's text echoed in my mind like a curse. Open. I checked in under a fake name. Changed my SIM card. I even shoved a chair under the doorknob. For the first time in weeks I exhaled. Maybe this would work. Maybe I could. Blick. The sound was soft. Too soft. The lock turning slow as sin. Froze. My pulse crashed like thunder as the door creaked open. And there he was. Adrian Kane. Leaning against the doorframe like a dark god. A cigarette dangling from his lips. Suit jacket gone. black shirt unbuttoned just enough to reveal the body I once worshipped. His eyes raked over me, wild, hungry, lethal. "Baby." His voice was velvet dipped in poison. "Did you miss me?" I backed away, my heart clawing up my throat. How did you?" He smirked, closing the door behind him with a click that sounded like a death sentence. "You think you can hide from me? I own this city, Ava. You breathe because I let you. Stay away from me." I grabbed the nearest thing, a lamp, and held it like a weapon. My hands shook, my voice breaking. He chuckled, slow and sinful, stepping closer until the heat of him swallowed the space between us. His scent, dark, intoxicating, wrapped around me like chains. "Put that down," he whispered, prying the lamp from my grip with ease. "You don't want to hurt me. You couldn't." His fingers brushed my jaw, his touch featherlight but burning. My breath hitched as his lips hovered over mine, his words ghosting against my skin. "You ran, but you still want me." I hated him. God, I hated him. But when his mouth crashed onto mine, hard, claiming, desperate, I shattered. My body betrayed me, melting under the fire I swore I'd never feel again. And when he pulled back, his eyes gleamed with something darker than lust. "Next time you run," he murmured, lips curling into a smile that made my blood run cold, "I'll break your legs." I woke up tangled in sheets that smelled of him. My wrists ached from his grip, my lips swollen from a kiss I should have hated, but didn't. Shame burned through me as I slipped out of bed, careful not to wake the devil lying beside me. Adrian slept like a king, one arm sprawled across the pillow where my head had been, his chest rising and falling in lazy rhythm. He looked almost human like this. Almost. I crept to his jacket draped over the chair, fingers searching pockets for anything. Keys, cards, hope. Instead I found a phone. Not his usual one. The black one. My pulse spiked. I slipped into the bathroom, locked the door and powered it on. No password. Arrogant bastard. The messages were endless. Not from Amira, about her. Threads of conversations, instructions, payments. And then a video file. My hand shook as I pressed play. The screen lit up with a woman's face. Beautiful. Elegant. Her lips curved into a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Hello, Ava." My blood turned to ice. She was alive. Amira was alive. "I imagine you're curious," she purred, her voice dripping like poisoned honey. "Adrian told you I was dead, didn't he? Sweet, isn't it? The way he lies for love." She laughed softly, like bells ringing in hell. "But here's the truth, darling, I left him. He begged me to stay. I told him no. So now he's making you pay for my sins." My chest constricted, breath coming in shallow bursts. "Run if you want," Amira continued, her eyes gleaming like knives. "But trust me, you'll never win. Men like Adrian don't lose. And women like us, we never really escape." The screen went black. I sank to the floor, the phone slipping from my fingers, bile rising in my throat. My reflection in the mirror looked like a ghost, hollow-eyed, trembling. And then I heard it. His voice, low and deadly, just beyond the door. "Find what you were looking for, baby." The bathroom door opened slow, like a whisper before a scream. Adrian filled the frame. Broad shoulders, bare chest glistening under the dim hotel light. His black shirt hanging loose like sin. His eyes locked on the phone at my feet, then rose to me. "Find what you were looking for, baby." His voice was velvet, lined with steel. I couldn't speak. My throat was dry, my heart slamming against my ribs like a prisoner begging for release. He stepped inside, closing the door with a soft click that sounded like the end of the world. His fingers traced the edge of the counter as he walked closer, slow, predatory. "So," he murmured, lifting the phone, "you know about Amira?" His smile was lethal, sharp enough to draw blood without touching me. "Did she tell you I'm a monster? That I broke her?" I swallowed hard, backing against the cold tile. "She said she left you." His laugh was dark, echoing in the small room. "Oh, she left, all right. Left me bleeding in a house I built for her. Left me believing love is a game of power." He leaned in, his breath hot on my ear. "But you, Ava, you're different. You fight. You make me burn." I shivered, not just from fear. God help me. His hands framed my face, his thumbs brushing my cheeks with a tenderness that felt like a lie. "So here's my offer, baby, stay. Rule the world by my side. Wealth, power, everything you've ever dreamed of. Be my queen. And if I say no? My voice was a whisper cracking under its own weight. His smile widened, slow and cruel. Then you vanish. Not in headlines. Not in whispers. You just stop existing. He kissed me then, slow, lingering, a kiss that tasted like chains dipped in honey. When he pulled back, his eyes burned into mine, a promise and a threat tangled together. Choose wisely, Ava. Because forever starts tonight. I looked into Adrian's eyes and saw hell, and for the first time I wanted to burn. Fine, I whispered, my voice a trembling lie. I'll stay. His smile bloomed like a dark flower. Victory, power, possession. He pulled me against him, his heartbeat steady as a drum of war. Good girl, he murmured, his lips grazing my ear. His breath hot enough to melt my spine. You won't regret this. Oh, but he would. That night I became an actress. I smiled when he fed me strawberries dipped in champagne, laughed when he traced my neck with his lips, moaned when his hands roamed like thieves. Every touch ignited something inside me. Not love, not lust, but vengeance disguised as surrender. Forever, he whispered against my mouth. His kiss deep, consuming, addictive like venom. Forever, I echoed, tasting the word like poison. As he slept with his arm draped over me like a chain, I stared at the ceiling and planned. My heartbeat slowed. My mind sharpened. I thought of Amira's words. Men like Adrian don't lose. But men like Adrian fall, if you make them believe they've already won. Tomorrow I would start weaving the web. A smile curled my lips in the dark. If Adrian Kane wanted a queen, I'd give him one. One who would crown herself with his ruin. The night was velvet and venom. Adrian's private penthouse glittered like a temple of sin. Crystal glasses, wine as dark as secrets, candles flickering like tiny flames of warning. I sat at the head of the glass dining table, wearing the emerald dress he bought me, the one that clung like second skin. He walked in, every inch the king he believed he was. Tailored suit, predatory grace, eyes that burned with possession. He kissed my hand like a vow, then my lips like a claim. Tonight, he murmured, sliding a ring box across the table. We seal forever. The diamond was a sun trapped in a cage of gold. My heart pounded, not from love, but from the plan pulsing like fire in my veins. In the wineglass before him, death shimmered, a tasteless promise swirling in red. To us, I whispered, lifting my glass. To eternity, he smirked, sipping deeply. Seconds passed. Beep. His smirk widened, slow and sharp. My blood iced. Nice try, Ava. His voice was silk slicing through flesh. He set the glass down, untouched. You think I'd drink anything I didn't pour myself? My breath shattered. He stood, circling me like a wolf, his fingers grazing my shoulder with maddening tenderness. You've been playing me, haven't you, baby? Plotting behind that pretty smile. He grabbed my jaw, forcing me to meet his eyes. Dark, bottomless, beautiful in their ruin. You wanted to kill me. His lips brushed mine. God, that turns me on. In one swift move, I slammed the steak knife into his side. His gasp was a growl, low, animalistic. Blood blossomed against his white shirt. He staggered but laughed, a sound that froze my soul. Finally, he rasped, gripping my wrist even as he bled. Finally, you're mine. Then his weight collapsed against me, heavy, hot, and terrifyingly intimate. His lips pressed to my ear, whispering the last words I'd ever hear from him. Run, if you dare. I shoved his body off, hands slick, heart screaming. Sirens wailed in the distance, or maybe they were in my head. I grabbed the ring box, the poison glass, and bolted into the night. When the elevator doors closed, I saw my reflection, wild-eyed, breathless, alive. And behind me, a smear of blood on mirrored steel. Adrian's blood. Or was it mine? One thing was certain. In this game of love and death, nobody really wins. Some love stories don't end. They haunt.